The boy stuffed a grasshopper into the lock, then slammed the mailbox shut. At first he was thrilled, but soon he cried over how cruel he'd been. It turned out Arnie had a congenital intellectual disability. The doctor said he wouldn't live past 10, but 18 years went by and he was still healthy. Thanks to his brother Gilbert, Gilbert rocked him to sleep every day, carried him on his back, and took him everywhere. Arnie loved hiding in trees, and Gilbert always pretended not to see him. When Arnie jumped down, Gilbert would fake being scared just to make him happy. That day, Gilbert took Arnie to the store where he worked, but Arnie suddenly disappeared. When Gilbert saw a police car pass by, he realized something was wrong. Arnie had climbed the water tower because he thought it was fun. It drew a crowd, and the police shouted at him to come down. But Arnie ignored them and kept climbing. So Gilbert grabbed a megaphone and sang Arnie's favorite nursery rhyme. Satisfied, Arnie climbed down. Gilbert didn't scold him and promised the police.
This is the last time.
At that moment, Becky was watching. The next day, she came to the store and caught Gilbert's attention. She asked him to help with a delivery, and Gilbert was thrilled. But the mood in the car grew awkward because of a Steve. Arnie gave them no space and sat right between them. One day, while Gilbert was bathing Arnie, he suddenly got a date with Becky. He asked Arnie to bathe by himself and went out to see her. Becky showed him her RV and told him stories about traveling across much of the U.S. Looking at the map, Gilbert felt deeply drawn to that life. But when Becky asked about his dreams, he said he only hoped his mother could lose weight. His sister would stop rebelling, and Arnie would become smarter.
What do you want for you?
I want to be a good person.
After his father's death, his mother turned to binge eating. For years, Gilbert had carried the weight of the family on his shoulders. He didn't want to leave them, even though he longed for distant places. When Gilbert came home, Arnie was still in the bathtub. He rushed to wrap his brother's freezing body in a towel. Gilbert kept apologizing, but his mother still scolded him.
Sorry isn't good enough. You gotta do better.
That question pierced his heart. He began to avoid Becky's closeness and stopped imagining what life might be like far away. Days later, Gilbert discovered Arnie had disappeared again. He'd climbed the water tower once more. When they rescued him, Arnie was excited, but this time the police took him away. A few days later, Arnie was released and came home covered in dirt. Gilbert tried to bathe him, but Arnie resisted fiercely and even pulled his hair. Years of pressure exploded in that moment. Gilbert lost control and hit his brother. When he came to his senses, he left the house overwhelmed with guilt. The next day was Arnie's birthday. Gilbert hesitated before approaching him. Arnie instinctively raised his hand to greet him, then lowered it. He climbed back into the tree and played hide-and-seek with his brother.
Anybody seen Arnie?
Arnie gently touched Gilbert. Without a single word, Gilbert understood. He had been forgiven.